How to Build a Museum, the story of the making of the Smithsonian's African American Museum of History and Culture was an opportunity of a lifetime. I think it was February 2014 when I received an email from an editor at Viking I did not know, Sheila Keenan. It said, possible project. She says that she's a fan of my work and she has a project that she thinks is right up my alley. We talked, and I had a lot on my plate, but I said I just won't sleep. I have to do this book because the museum itself represents everything that I'm about, everything that I'm trying to engage young readers on. It's the story of the Black experience upon these shores. You know, slavery, freedom, maintaining freedom, segregation, you know, beyond MLK, beyond 1968. It's a story of sorrow songs and jubilees. It captures the complexity of Black life. You know, the Booker T. Washingtons and the unknown washerwomen who maintain her humanity and her humor. It's a story of how America shaped people of African descent and how people of African descent shaped America. And one of the points that I make in the book, because I know it's one of the points the museum makes, is that Black history is everybody's history. And I've been on this campaign lately to say all the history is everybody's history. I tell people the Trail of Tears is my history. The building of the Transcontinental Railroad is mine. As MLK said, we are made by history. What I did was I started at the beginning, which is, you know, a lot of people know it took 13 years to build this museum, but it actually took 100 years for it to come about. It began back in 1915 when some people, Blacks in Washington, said, we think, and remember, this is the 50th anniversary of the end of the Civil War. We think that we should have in the nation's capital a tribute to Blacks who have served in all America's wars. They don't get a hearing, you know, they rally, they petition Congress, nothing. And the wonder thing is that by the late 1920s, not only have they not given up, they've gone beyond a tribute to Black veterans. They say we want a first-class museum that speaks to and honors the contributions Blacks have made in America in arts industries, the universe of human endeavor. And then they get a little support in Congress, then comes the Great Depression, things go on hold. And they continue to rally for this museum in the 30s, the 40s. Meanwhile, museums, galleries are going up on the mall. They continue to 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Representative John Lewis gets involved. The 90s, finally in 2003, the museum gets the green light. And it's finally decided, after much debate, to put the museum on the mall, and it's the last available space on the mall.